Trigonometry Unit, Section 2. In trigonometry, you will use ratios to solve problems. There are 3 trig ratios that we will learn about in this section. We have the sine ratio, cosine ratio, and the tangent ratio. There's actually 6 ratios, but these 3 will be the ones we will concentrate on with solving our right triangles in this unit. And they're the 3 that you need to solve any possible combination of information that's given. Depending on the right triangle, if we're given a hypotenuse and the side opposite one of the acute angles, we'll use a ratio known as the sine ratio, which is defined as the ratio of the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cosine ratio, which is the cosine ratio of the acute angle, is defined by the adjacent side to that acute angle over the hypotenuse. When those 2 pieces of information are given, that's the ratio, the trigonometric ratio that we will use. The third possibility is that we're given the 2 legs of the right triangle, and when that information is given, we have a third ratio that we will use. The tangent of that acute angle is defined by taking that opposite side of the acute angle over the adjacent side. We're going to start our investigation with the sine ratio, and here we have an angle that we're looking for a measure of. We're going to turn this into a right triangle so that we can use our trigonometric ratios to help determine the measure of that angle. We'll designate our acute angle as our reference angle. From that, we will label the sides of the right triangle specific to that reference angle. So longest side, the side opposite the right angle, is the hypotenuse. Since we designated this as our reference angle, through the triangle, the side opposite is the opposite side, and leaving the third side as the adjacent. Measuring these, we can take a ruler and determine the length of these sides, and then using the ratio defined for sine of an acute angle, which is the opposite side length over the hypotenuse length, we'll replace those terms with the values that we have specifically from this triangle and do the indicated division. So the sine of that acute angle has to have that ratio. And we'll see later where we tie that into the measurement in degrees for that angle. For further practice, turn to page 16.